All right, welcome, everybody, to another edition of Live Trading with Benzinga. You know me by now, but I'm not the main show here. I'm just the side show. Let's bring on the main show, the man with the plan and many pets, Ryan Faloona. Sir,
Spencer, you are absolutely part of the main show, man. Don't be putting yourself down like that. But I love the mini pets. Shut up.
what's up? Zunaid is here as well. He said he'll be on. He said bring me on in like 2 minutes, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring Zunaid on in 2 minutes. Mitch will be on as well. I think he had to go take the trash out or something. I don't know. But we do have a special guest today joining us from a different part of Benzinga. He watches the show. He also trades in his spare time. His name is Christian. I feel like I'm going to butcher his last name. Baumgartner. Did I get that right, Christian?
Yeah, pretty close.
I got it. Okay, cool. Christian, what's up, man?
What's going on, dude?
Welcome to the chaos. Yeah, we're going to have some fun here. So Ryan, Christian, Zunaid when he's ready, Mitch when he's here, myself, we're going to hang out with y'all through the open, probably until, I don't know, at some point between 10 or 11 today, we'll hop off. But we got a lot going on today. So let's just go. Let's start with you, Christian. What are you watching this morning? What's on your radar? What are you seeing out there?
Pretty much. I like trading momentum stocks. So the only one I'm really watching right now is ISUN. The reason why I'm watching it.
Hey, wait, real fast before you continue. Can you share your screen for us so we can see what you're looking at?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Guys, smash the like for Christian. Let's go. We got some new blood, fresh meat.
By the way, some of you might know Christian. He works alongside me in the customer success department. So, yeah, I'm glad he's here. I'm glad he's here to join us.
There's a trend there. What you're saying is, if you work in customer success, you're likely to be a trader. I'm not.
Yeah, well, I can actually explain it to you. If you're proficient in helping people learn things about pro and or the market, chances are that you actually really enjoy the market and you want to trade.
Okay, wait, real fast, Christian. Before we bring on your screen and before we get into what you're actually talking about, let's play our beautiful little intro. I forgot about that.
All right.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas lore, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher.
Joy.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part, it's beatable.
Yeah. What's up, Mitch?
What up?
What up? All right. We got Mitch. We got Christian. We got Ryan. Zunaid, when you're ready, give us the thumbs up. We'll bring you back on the show. And Christian, let's start with your charts here. Let's bring them on the screen. What are we looking at here?
Sure. So
some pro and some thinkorswim, I think.
Yeah. So I use an offshore broker. I use a broker called CMAG. I really like it for momentum trading because of the hotkeys. So right now, pretty much the only ticker that I'm watching is going to be ISUN. And the reason why is because it's the top of my filtered scanner. I like trading stocks between $5 and $20. It's the top of my filtered scanner. It's over 1 million shares volume. Its average volume is only 113,000. So it's about 30 times right now that. There's news and the floats between 2 to 20 million with the 8 million float. The thing I like about it is on the 1 minute and 5 minute chart. So on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and also daily. So obviously this is quite busy, yeah. But I like the fact there's a gap. So I like the fact that there's a gap here. I'm hoping that it doesn't break down past 9:45. But despite that, on the 1 minute chart, what I'm seeing here is essentially a bump and run reversal. So that's essentially a mass increase in price followed by a decline. What I'm waiting for is a break of this descending resistance. You can see here on the 1 minute, a head and shoulders is forming. I'm waiting. This is the shoulder. I'm waiting for that head to form, the bottom of the head, and a break above this descending resistance line to enter a position, with my stop loss going to be around this descending, which will then become a descending support line. That's what I'm pretty much waiting for. I haven't really seen anything else.
ISUN, ISUN is the ticker. They had earnings this morning, or they issued guidance is what they did. So okay, I love the idea. I love the idea. It's a high flyer. It's a pre-market gapper. We'll have to watch. We'll have to keep tabs on this one throughout the morning.
Definitely.
Who else wants to go and share what's on their radar here? Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay, Zunaid, welcome.
What's up, man? So Rivian, this was a beautiful short that we went ahead and took live yesterday from the 150s all the way to the 141s, and it tested VWAP, and we got a chance to get it right back. I still am holding very small size contracts because I was hoping for that break of 140. So far, we've gotten it. It's testing the 141 right now. I'm hoping that it doesn't flush. If it does, we'll see whatever it does. But when it comes back, I'm going to go short here. Also, pre-market low, I've already gone and marked it. If it cracks the 136, I'm going to grab some puts on that one already. NVIDIA reported earnings. Everything looks nice and great. I'm going to see for the first few minutes how it plays out, unless options come in that I'm seeing. But basically hoping to go long on this one because if you look on the daily, it's got some room to go. And not much. It's about maybe $3 for all-time highs. So if we break that, we can possibly see 330 and maybe even 350s into next week or so. But those are the two main stocks that I'm looking at. One to the short side, which is Rivian, and the other to the long side, which is NVIDIA. Ooh. Oh, by the way, real quick, sorry. Did anyone play Apple yesterday? This thing right here, this move was because someone had purchased like $1 million worth of contracts for like December for the 150s, and it just made like a $2 move. So really, really focusing on Apple later on as well to see if it breaks that 155 high.
I didn't see that.
Yep.
And that's something that you would have gotten had you been listening to the option squawk.
Called it out
on Benzinga Pro.
Sure did.
Nice spot, by the way, Zunaid.
Thank you.
I can go real quick if you want. All right, so I got 3 stocks that I'm watching today until our scanner actually opens here. PROG, just because we've had this have some serious action the past couple of days. I suspect we're going to see one more day here of action, even if we do end up resolving down. I'm going to play this really tight, right? I'm not a believer in this. I think that this is definitely going to pull. So I'm going to be very careful and keep my stops tight. The other one here is NVIDIA. I think Zunaid already touched on this one. We might have more of a run here. This might be a good candidate for some YOLO options. So we'll see here. Looking at the daily chart, obviously this looks extended, but it looks like it's going for those highs here. We have a high of 323.10, so that's going to be one of the levels to watch today. And then the other one is LCID, right? Lucid, because the EV phase has been absolutely crazy. Question is, do we hold in here and go back towards those highs, or do we continue to pull back towards a 40 handle? We shall see today. I'm going to be watching these 3 out of the gate.
All right. Mitch, you want to go or me?
Whatever, you can go ahead, man. You can leave.
All right. I'm not sharing my screen yet because I'm a scrub, but here, let's do that right now.
Because I'm a scrub, he says.
Yeah,
love it.
Let's do it right now. Let's bring up my movers tool and my news feed. Not really relevant to what I'm about to say here, but I am watching retail. Any and all retail this morning. So I'm talking about looking at the XRT and looking at what's in it, right? Looking at every single retail stock, especially mall-based retail, right? All of them, the ones that reported this morning, including Macy's and Kohl's, the ones that reported yesterday, TJX, the ones that have not reported yet, Nordstrom. I'm looking at names like Ross Stores, looking at names like Burlington. The whole retail sector is in focus for me today. We just got some killer numbers from 2 of the bigger mall-based retailers this morning, Macy's and Kohl's, and I'm watching the whole space here. It seems like this is going to be a hot space, a hot sector today. I mean, it already is a hot sector. Very, very curious to see. I expect it to continue at the open, frankly, because it's an easy narrative to sell, right? Retail is hot. Oh, we've got Black Friday. Oh, we've got the holiday shopping season. It's a very easy narrative to sell across the board. Wouldn't shock me for a second if retail continues to catch a bid all day. So XRT and what's in it, frankly, and I can tell you what's in it right now. If you just go to their website and you can see for yourself. Largest holdings in XRT, right now are Dillard's, which is, we talked about that this morning on pre-market prep. Dillard's is just always goes higher. Overstock, OSTK, right? Dollar Tree, they just reported as well. Children's Place, PLCE is another good one, right? They had earnings this morning as well. Stock is higher. So all retailers, watching all of them. That's what's in focus for me today. Mitch, what's up?
All right. Yeah, definitely retailers. Always try to stay ahead of the game, guys. I've been talking about specialty retailers since the end of October. Reason why? This time right now. That's why I always try to be a little bit ahead, a month or 3 weeks out and ahead, so that you can find the catalyst literally confirming the seasonality and the cyclicalness. And that's why you could have been attacking those retail plays. OSTK is one that I do think is going to end up going to 120. I've been calling this one out since the 80s. I have played this one before multiple times up there towards 100. I think this time it holds 100 and gets us up there towards 120, potentially trying to take out this high here, 127. We'll see if we can get there. That's overstock. Wayfair has been strong. Also, I would pay attention to this one. This is one I've been pointing out since that circle. Looking for this one to continue moving on the upside. Another one that's sneaky going up is Amazon. I know that some people are not paying attention to because it's an expensive stock, but if you look at the weekly, it actually is setting up for a nice hold of this 3,500 and then a breakout. I think this one eventually goes to 4,000 next year. So if you want to take your shot, I think now's the time for Amazon. We'll see what happens there. If you want to look at some other plays today, I'm going to put a couple plays out there. Black Sky could come into play today. Rocket Lab having a launch today. Rocket Lab has already moved with the stock, but maybe we get a pullback today in the hold of 16, and then it pushes back out. As you guys can see, the stock spiked in pre-market to 18.19, and we're at 16.25s now. Black Sky is the one to keep on watch. Of course, this one could go up because of the launch. Rocket Lab bringing 2 of their satellites up. Last time it failed. Let's see what happens this time. Definitely keep these on watch. And with that being said, if you do see SPCE squeezing, this would be because I'm pretty sure that Rocket Lab relationship, not because SPCE has some catalyst today. So if you see that making moves, that could be it.
Hey,
quick question. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, quick question for you, Mitch. I noticed that you had bros on your screen first. There.
They're not
I'm
allowed.
really
I also
interested in
saw
bros. But let me really quickly set the stage. We actually, on the happy hour a couple of days ago, we actually talked to somebody who was in college who really, really likes bros and has played bros a number of times. He says that he's in Colorado. Their stores are jammed. That is the trendy place to go. This is part of the Becky trade, as they say. So I was looking at it here. I saw a couple of people in the chat shouting it out. Martin, I see you out there. And it actually looks like on the most recent run, we've pulled back. We've pulled back to the golden ratio on the Fibonacci retracement, the 0.618 level. So I'm just wondering what you see here. To me, it looks like it wants to bounce right from the level we're at today.
Okay, so
you never heard of the Becky trade?
No.
Somebody fill this man in. The Becky portfolio?
No. Sorry.
Becky.
Fill him in, Zunaid.
So it's, from my understanding, it is the tickers such as your Starbucks, your Etsy, your Pinterest. I don't know if
I thought Becky was like an acronym for something.
Oh no, I thought it was like, your average woman.
Oh, it's just like basic Becky. Is that what you're talking about? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got that. All right, yeah. Victor's in there. Lulu.
Yeah,
like Lululemon. There you go.
All right. The hot trendy stocks.
Got it.
This age group is going through, and you could even make the case that Lulu is kind of falling out of that because it's been there. It's been part of that trade for so long. So in any case, it's basically just a term to classify some of these really trendy stocks. And Bros, I think, is actually at the top of the list. I see Jeff saying the Bros is always packed in Phoenix, Arizona. That's what I'm saying. So to me, this actually looks like a really good play. I know that sometimes these trendy stocks can really, really go crazy. And it looks like bouncing right from a 0.618 level.
Okay. What was I about to say before? Oh yeah, Mitch had spoken about squeezes, and I was going to say, speaking of squeeze, the squeeze of the day for the moment is VOSO, which is a SPAC that is merging with Wejo, the connected car company. We had them on pre-market prep 2 weeks ago. VOSO is your hot one of the day here. For get that off the screen. So it's the same trade that we've been seeing, right? It's a squeeze as it relates to exemptions, conversions of the stock to warrants. Wait, I'm saying this wrong. Conversions.
You need some help, Spencer? I can help you out.
Yes, please. Holy cow, I can't speak.
So it's redemptions.
Redemptions. Thank you. I couldn't think of the damn word. Redemptions.
I was having fun watching Spencer just struggle there. So
it's redemptions.
All right. So what
gosh.
ends up happening is when a stock goes into the merger vote, right? You can either take your $10 or you can do what? You can keep the stocks, right? And so what ends up happening here is whenever you see a stock that is down below $10 on their redemption day, that's when you're going to start seeing some redemptions actually happen. Of course, let's say if the stock was trading above 10, you wouldn't want to redeem, right? Because then you'd be kind of a, no offense, but a dummy, because you would be literally giving up money. So that's what you got to watch for on these SPACs. So if you're trying to look for this play, you look for the day prior to the merger, and you're looking for it to see stocks weak underneath 10. Those are the type of ones that you can take that swing. But I can tell you right now, there's no guarantee to this one. It's very kind of, I would say more like a 60%, 50% accuracy right now with these kind of merger dates. It's not like it's every single one that does this. If it was every single one, then yeah, we could just play it on the upside and take them all. I would say take a basket, but you got to be careful with these. And they do move at 4 a.m. So if you can't trade at 4 a.m., probably not the stock that you should be looking at. That's what I would definitely say. Why? Because a lot of times you're going to make those moves at the 4 a.m. time. And if you can't get out, then you can't take the profit, right? So just be careful with these. You could get caught in the pre-market. And next thing you know, it's not up where it was in pre-market, and you see a drop.
All right, Paul Sneed wants us to know that NVIDIA is ripping. He's absolutely right.
Yep.
Caught another bid. Zunaid, this was on you.
Yeah, it was. If you I don't know why that's not for me. My screen is muted. But if you can see, I have an alert because I was hoping for it to come back and test this 155 so I could take it all the way up to 177. It said, screw you. I can do it without you. So now we kind of wait and see what happens. If it kind of goes ahead and breaks it, then we can possibly see 160s later today. As you can see, all-time highs, it's already broken it. So already past that level. It'll be interesting to see what it does. Once it bases for 10, 15 minutes, we can go ahead and see what happens. And of course, especially if there's options coming in, that's what I'm going to play. But let's see what else. What other tickers are there? TSM in this space. I don't really play this one, so I don't really have much comment on this. The other one is Rivian, by the way, above 140.
Well, NVIDIA and AMD trade together, but there's also Qualcomm, there's TSM, there's TXN, right? Texas Instruments. Those are kind of the big.
Yeah.
Kia, KLAC.
You guys make it hard. Why memorize all this stuff? Just know have your industry scanners. That's what I do every single day.
Not even that, bro. Go to Benzinga Pro.
Have a watch list.
Go to Benzinga
Yeah,
Pro.
like have something, guys. You guys don't need to remember all this.
No, dude, I'll just search NVIDIA in the details in Benzinga Pro. See the little peers tab? Boom, peers. Look, all of them right there. You don't even have to memorize Jack. TSM, AMD, Intel, TXN, ADI, Micron, Marvel, Xilinx, ST Micro. Boom. Full list with Corvo. Full list right there. Anyway,
thankfully, Rivian is coming on down. That's what we need.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's our bell.
All right, guys. I'll let you know if I'm drinking some bros today. I didn't get a chance to break it down, but we'll talk about that later.
I've got the scanner up in Benzinga Pro, looking at what's moving. On the left, since the open. On the right, over the last 5 minutes. Christian, what are you seeing out there, man?
I entered ISUN at 922 with a hope of a red to green move. I saw the head of at least I think I see the head of the inverse head and shoulders. So my stop is going to be at $9. Right now, if you share my screen, I'm up $23 from a previous trade. So I'm hoping to run to 967. All right, there we go. I'm going to take it on the, didn't fill, take it there. Oh my gosh. Horrible fill. But there you go.
So you're out just like that.
Yeah.
Did you do a market order?
No. So I buy bid +1 and I sell. So I sold on the bid there.
Okay.
So bid -1, just because I don't want to get caught in this.
There you go. So you see Ryan, the technique there. Ryan has talked about this. How can we maybe put like a hotkey to help out to get out? That's right there, Ryan. Remember I told you I like the limit -3. Christian's just using a limit -1.
Yep.
So good job, Christian.
Yeah, dude.
I like the strategy too, right? Because I mean, if you're hitting that button, you want out. And
Yeah,
it doesn't.
you see on the 5-minute chart, it kind of bottomed out. Yeah.
Yep.
So you're seeing an island bottom here. So I'm waiting for a break. So a break above 920, hopefully go up to $10 is what we're trying for. So there we go.
All right, nice job, man.
OCGN strong off the open here, pushing through the daily pivot at about what, 782.
How's the Mara train? I think I actually might long this eventually. It's starting to get interesting for me, but it's scary to take the Mara because you
it is
that probe. I might take Hut on the upside eventually, but it needs to get underneath 13. You guys know I've been trading that one. We made about 70% on the Yolos. If I would still be holding that, it'd be over 100 now, but I was taking the quick trade. I took the profits yesterday. We'll see how that one's moving. LAZR was moving up pre-market. Now it's looking good here. Starting to spike on up. I'm still long this one. This is one of my swing trades, LAZR. Why? Because I feel like all the attention is going to go away from the EVs and go into the underlying assets behind EV. So autonomous plays, charging stations, battery plays. That's where I think the money's going. And so if you guys are thinking, oh, the EVs could come back today, I personally think they're not. I think it's the wave is done and you're going to see continued weakness in that. But let's take a look at Lucid. Lucid will show us weakness. Weakness right there. Start off. Let's take a Rivian look. Weakness. I'm telling you guys, this was a sell the news type of moment. FSR is the only one spiking up here a little bit. I don't think there's news out on this one. So let's see if this one can continue some strength. This is the only contrarian right now that's going up in the EVs.
Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and grab some AMD 160 calls expiring this week. Grabbed it at that 155 level. The alert went off, so I went ahead and grabbed some. Stop loss will be about 50 cents or so. So this is a weekly. Be very careful. My fill is 91 cents. And you should have known that we're going to do this because the alert was already given to you beforehand. You've got NVIDIA 330 calls coming in for this week as well. Let me see what NVIDIA is doing. Let's see if we want to grab that. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to grab those. But for now,
I dropping and also is the Qs.
Yeah, market down a little bit here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, I think we're stuck in this chop zone. I've been talking about it on Money Mitch that I think we're in a sideways consolidation period for the SPY. 470s is the spot to watch for the breakout if we're going to get out of this consolidation. But I think we're stuck between 470s and 463.50s. So I expect a down day today, closer towards 466.98. We'll see what we get.
Ryan, I'm surprised you didn't mention your favorite stock this morning, Portillo's, down off their first ever earnings report as a public company.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I think it's kind of an overreaction. You're already seeing it bounce a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure, what to make of their earnings with it being such a new company.
Yeah.
I might have to go show them some love and get some dinner at Portillo's today because, obviously their earnings were hurting, so we'll see. But to me, I'm not really trading this. I'm kind of watching it. I think they're going to be okay, Spencer. I think they're going to be just fine. I'm going to have a cheesy beef just for you too, my friend.
Okay, fantastic. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool.
You've never been to Portillo's? You've never had a cheesy beef from Portillo's?
No, I was there once, like 6 years ago. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
All right, time to catch up with the chat. What's going on out there, guys? Any stocks moving that you guys see moving here right out the gates? Definitely call it out.
Buffalo
AGTC moved right out of the gates. I just scalped that for a couple of pennies, but it was too fast to call out.
Buffalo by Bicycle says Hood's at all-time lows. I'm watching Signet just popped to almost 108 just now.
Do me a favor, Spencer. If you could use your movers tool and put it towards 1 hour. So we can catch the recent moves. So this will go ahead and help us catch recent moves in the first hour of the market day.
Well, I have my scanner set on the right for 5 minutes. So
boom, that can do the same thing. Yeah. I like using the hour because it gives you a little bit more time frame to catch those big moves versus just a little spike and then pulling back down and then the mover list gets a little bit too like the stocks keep flipping in and out of them. So that's why I used the 1 hour.
Update on the AMD trade. You're up about 25%. If you want, go ahead and take it. It's not a bad idea to go ahead and shred some here. I'm still waiting for it to go ahead and test the 157. I am going to be greedy, but I'm okay being greedy. Do as your account can handle. But you are up about 32% now on the AMD calls.
I got one, guys. I just got a Moderna alert here. I'm trying to grab it at 250s if I can get this pullback here. It's moving really fast. I'm trying to grab onto it right now.
Christian's off the quiet over there. What's he doing?
I'm just watching the bounce off the ISUN, the bounce off the 200 EMA. So that's kind of going to be my exit if it breaks the two. There you go, it broke.
Looking for a pullback at 250s here for Moderna.
All right, we got more than enough alpha in this room. I am going to hop and prepare for my shows. Our next show after this is going to be an all access that I'm doing, and then that'll go right into Benzinga Live today. And I got to prepare for both those. So I'm going to hop off. Everyone, good luck today. Go make some money. Stay green. And I'll catch you guys later.
See you later, Spencer.
See you later.
Later, Spence.
All right, watching Moderna strong there out the gates. Looking to get in here at 250s or pullbacks to 248s. Let's see what happens here. See if I can get that fill. Why do I have this alert set is that I'm looking for it to come into the gap zone, this thing gap down here, looking for it to fill this gap up there towards 280s. That would be an interesting move there for me. It could be a good play today. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's take a look here out the open. Energy up, basic materials up, everything else in the red. But healthcare is 0.03 from the open. So it's red, but just barely. So that's why I'm also looking at Moderna. It could swing into the green and give me that lift. Let's see if I get this fill on 250s.
Our old friend BBIG pushing off the open here. But
BBIG?
No trade for me. I'm a no touch on BBIG, but it is pushing up off the open here.
Not a bad one to keep on watch. I also got PROG on watch.
Yeah,
I'll let you know if the alert goes off there. I did take off my SPI yesterday, guys. That was one that was a really big winner given here. Look for this one, maybe have some strength through 7 today. We could day trade it on up there. It does have a good resistance towards 8, so I'll take a look at that one too. All right, guys, got my fill in Moderna. Just wanted to tell everybody.
You're good. What's your fill?
Yeah,
250s.
250s? Okay.
Right where I said I'd get in. Let's do it.
I've got Rivian, the short trade. You can see I had already set it pre-market. How if it breaks that, that's where I want to see that follow through. So far, it's good. Go ahead and take this if you want, right? You already are up about 15% or so in your puts. I am personally going to go ahead and wait till it gets to at least the 130 level. So I'm going to set an alert here, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and cut some. But so far, I am in this trade.
Is there any news on Moderna? Can someone give me a check right quick if you got your pro there?
I got you. I got you.
Just wondering because this is a nice little move there.
Yes. Moderna announces first participant dosed in phase 2-3 study of its mRNA respiratory syncytial virus. Sorry, I probably butchered the name.
You know what I call that? I call that, let's go ahead and break the piggy bank. Let's get it going. Let's see if this bad boy can get moving. Let's see if that bad boy can get moving. I'm breaking that piggy bank on Moderna because you guys know that's an expensive stock. It's kind of hard for me to purchase it here, but we could still take $250 stocks here. We can go from $3 stock PROG to a $250 stock, Ryan. Let's go. There's not many chat rooms that can do that. We run
the whole gamut on this show, Mitch. We do not discriminate based on ticker price. That is for sure.
Yes.
We run the entire gamut of stocks at this show.
You got NVDA that was at high of day and it came back to this 322. Let me see what the options look like. I'm gonna stay away for now but I do believe you can go ahead and grab the 330s for about $5 right here. You can go ahead and cut your losses under 320. The reason for me is because I'm already hot here in AMD, as you can see, already broke high of day. Now it's continuing to go. My target is going to be approximately 158. We'll call it 159.74 is where I'm going to set an alert. But so far, a nice trade. You're up about 75% on those contracts. Cut it if you like it. And you've got Roblox actually going as well. And not something I have played today, but since the chat's calling it out. Nice, beautiful, strong run. Broke the pre-market high of 130 and has continued to go for about a $6 move. So they're really nice there. If you want to get in this one, you can wait for it to possibly come back and test VWAP around 132.66 or the 130s for a better risk reward. But really nice move in the first 10 minutes here so far.
Macy's. Who was it that was calling Macy's? I think it was Jeff Dees earlier had Macy's on his watch list. Gapped up huge, immediately sold off at the open, and then rebounded to fill that sell-off. Just incredible trading action here on Macy's. No position. But if you were trading that earlier, good job. That was a good spot.
Nice.
All right, Moderna pulling back to VWAP here, guys. I'm looking to maybe add a little bit here at 248s.
Christian getting a shout out. BNZNB Trading. Way to go, my man. We'll try to bring Christian back on some more.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, so right now for me, I'm waiting. I'm hoping to get – so in the bump and run, I'm hoping to – you can see – on my chart, there's this first, second, and third. You can see perhaps this is the head of the first shoulder. Perhaps this is the first shoulder, and it's kind of looking like this is the first shoulder, then a gap down. This is the ascending support line. So pretty much what I'm trying to wait for is going to be a break of one of these lines, and then some level 2. I want to see some big orders on level 2, like 860. On the or 859 on the ask, or 860, 1206 or 1106 versus 100. So we have support at 850. So it's kind of a battle right now to see when it's actually going to gap, or may not, may just keep falling.
Someone was talking. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
you're done. Okay. Someone was talking about Macy's. So I want to go ahead and call it out. Macy's is having contracts come in. The $32 calls expiring this week. Yes, it is in the money, but they went ahead and put about $100,000 worth. So if it breaks that 36 level on Macy's, you can go ahead and get long there if you'd like. Make sure you know where your stop losses are. For me, it's not something I'm going to trade, but I at least want to call it out for you guys. NVIDIA so far is bouncing really nice off of VWAP. It's looking to kind of continue its way up, but this is why you want to go ahead and get it close to VWAP so your risk reward is much more identified. AMD still a small little came back down. Now it's back up again, but those are the two stocks. If NVIDIA, I'm going to go ahead and grab some 350s as a fun little YOLO. Got to have filled at 160 for the 350 NVIDIAs in anticipation. I am kind of front running it a little bit, if you will, anticipation of another break of that 325. This can easily go down 60-70% if it comes back down at 320. And talk about Macy's with those options coming in on break of 36. There it is, break of 36. Now high is 36.35.
And it was those 35 and the 36 calls for November that were going off. In fact, they're still going off. We're looking at about 6K contracts traded on the 35s and about 5,500 on the 36.
Yes, sir.
It just keeps flowing in there. Good spot on that flow.
Thank you.
TSM is getting called out. Big move on TSM. No position in this one. This actually might help some of the other semiconductor stocks. Some nice call activity in TSM as well.
All right, guys. Lucid just caught a bid there a little bit. It's not massive, guys, but they are catching a bid there at 48s. Look for 50s to be strong. You would need to see a massive bar show up there if you really think this is going back up till there's the highs. But definitely, it did catch a bid there at 48. Looks like someone was definitely trying to buy the dip there.
All right, AMD, you are up about 100%, so I am going to cut half my contracts here at the level of 158. Thank you. The rest, I'm going to wait till about 159.50s or so, but you are up 100%, so please take half off the table. The Rivian trade, you can see it tried to come back up above 135, right where VWAP is, got rejected so far. Looking for it to continue its way on down to the 131s. NVIDIA having a little bit of trouble. Go ahead.
I was going to say, we're getting some really good feedback here. John Thompson is saying they need to be more specific about calls and puts, etc. Some of us are only listening, and they are cutting into each other and interjecting a lot. Otherwise, you guys are straight up amazing. I think that's really actionable feedback from John. I think maybe if we are going to do that, if we talk about entries and exits, be very specific. Always give the ticker. Maybe even give it twice if we have to. Some people are not actually watching; they're just listening. Good feedback, John.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the options because it's
Yeah.
confusing.
Options
if
can
we-
be confusing.
If
Absolutely.
we're just taking common stocks, it's a little bit easier. It's just I'm long at this spot or I'm short at this spot. Like Moderna, I'm still long, guys. I did add on that pullback on the VWAP bounce there. Average price is $249 now, guys.
Hey, come on. Hey, you don't need tea. Come on. He's trying to drink my tea.
Yeah, my cat messes with me too. All right, Lucid, not a buyable gap down, definitely not. So, I mean, it's up to you if you want to go after that. VSCO was one I was definitely going to keep a watch on. Did pull back nice here, hourly pullback. I can't believe I missed that one. I had an alert in an area to buy it. These kind of things annoy me. I missed this one, guys. I had that. You see this buy zone? It went right in that. 55s would have been my buy, and I could have held down into that area. Now it's pushing back up towards resistance. I do think this one could have a nice day. Nice earnings. Look at that chart. Nice looking chart there. I don't know why I wasn't watching this one. Just missed it here, guys. So this was one of my weakness when I first started day trading, is when I missed trades. I always felt like, man, like the number one thing that you don't want to do is set up plans and not be able to execute on them. Let's see if we get a VWAP pullback. Maybe 56 could be an entry there, but definitely not a bad day there for VSCO.
Nice.
Hut starting to drop down there, man. The Mara trade probably still getting hit hard there. Yep, still getting hit. Just be careful out there with those Bitcoin stocks. I know that all the trolls were going crazy because I was shorting these, but I mean, the charts don't lie, man. Look at Fisker, see how it's moving now. There's the reversal in Fisker. Looks like it was just a pop that didn't hold there. We'll see if it gets back on up there towards 22, 25s, but right now looking weak.
The Rivian short trade, it came about maybe 50 cents away from the puts being in the money, so I am going to go ahead and sell those. Those are the Rivian 130 puts that I am going to go ahead and sell. You're up about 30%, so just going to go ahead and sell 3/4 there. The rest, I'm going to go ahead and set a stop loss at break even, and that's the 130 puts expiring this week on RIVN. Macy's, if you went ahead and got those Macy's, good God. They went ahead and piled some more on. They went ahead and purchased the December 17 $32 calls, which is $4 in the money, spent about $130. There's me $130,000, excuse me.
Apple
on the
good
Macy's.
move too.
Yeah, Apple, the break of 155 would be a nice area because that was the high of yesterday.
All right, guys. Moderna starting to move well for us. That was our ads here and here. We're looking for it to get on up there through the 254s, and this will be a nice trade for us, Moderna.
NVIDIA, those YOLOs are finally almost at break even. Those are about $6. You can see if you're watching, but even if you're listening on your charts, you can see how nicely it kept bouncing off of VWAP. To me, I really like that. Now I'm hoping for a test to the 328s in NVIDIA. We are in the calls of the 350s that expire this week and the 330s that expire this week. But I'm hoping for NVIDIA to go ahead and get to 328 here shortly.
BIMI just took out a huge block at 103. It's trying for higher, but it's up a little. I wouldn't chase this here. It's up. The break looked like it was 92, the original break, and we're up at a 104 here. So wouldn't chase this here, but you might have some action here if that volume pours in.
On ISUN, we have the first 5-minute candle to make a new high, which unfortunately was a doji. It was a bullish doji, but still. It's the first 5-minute candle to make a new high on the chart. Right around 840, 848, 849. We have the 850 level, that $0.50 whole dollar. So perhaps this is the point of the head of the shoulder. Or yeah.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. I just want to say every sector is down from the open.
Yep. Here we go. Here it starts there you go. 850, 851. Seeing quite a few sell orders in 852.
13, you've been an absolute monster with the Roblox and the ATVI trade. Long Roblox, short ATVI. ATVI is some more damning news about the sexual harassment. We are probably, I agree with you, 13. I think we're going to get sub 60 prints on ATVI. Unsure if we get that today, but I think that's eventually coming here.
Yeah, gaming sector has not been looking good there. The only one I like in gaming sector right now is Sony.
Yeah, the Macy's move is the big one so far today. This is huge, and this is one of those drops. This is one of the plays that I actually really like to take. I'm a little disappointed I didn't grab this today. When you have a stock that's strong and it sells off out of the open, I mean, this thing bounced right off 33.50, and we're bounced 4 points already in just a matter of like a half an hour, even less than that.
Bad news for a lot of stocks today, guys. You're starting to see big turnarounds here. Seeing a couple stocks down 15%, even Maxen. So that Black Sky trade that I talked about, be careful. That's why you might be seeing Black Sky dropping fast there. Maxen dropping fast. That's the relatable company. Not Maxen, Maxar. Maxar is pulling back there, but Maxen, that would be your solar play. Could be a big thing that you're seeing in solar. Solar's been pulling down right now. Looks like about 80% of the names are in the red. So just be careful out there, Christian.
Yeah, definitely. I'm trying to trade. So the trade I'm going for right now is actually it's going to be a red to green. I'm aware that this stock is just gapping down to the pit of hell, essentially. Mm-hmm. But I'm just waiting for that pop to, break at 850, 875, hopefully to 9, sell at 9. Yep. So I'm not, yeah.
No, it's a short term, just more long calling it out there. Yeah, I mean, you could get that reversal. You're getting near that spot there. We'll see if it kind of pushes back on up there.
And on the 5-minute chart, you have that doji at 840. Before that, since the market's open, there hasn't been a single 5-minute chart.
Was there news on this one, Christian?
Yeah, there was. There was news. So ISUN shares are trading higher after the company issued FY22 sales guidance.
Forward year 2022 sales guidance, yeah. And guidance has been the catalyst that's really moved stocks, no matter what the price was or the industry. They've been guiding well. The stocks have been moving the next day.
Yeah, to me, I like the pullback closer towards right now you're getting towards that 200-day moving average. So it's going to be interesting right below it, even on the 808s. So could get a move to 8 and then back up. One of the things that you can use for a stock like this, and I don't know if you guys have ever done this. I don't do this often, but I'll just do it just to kind of show what you could be doing, is you could do what's called a Fibonacci fan. So Fibonacci's fans pretty much tell you the speed of the reversal, right? And so they're kind of multiple trend lines that you can go off of. You draw it downward on that dotted line, and you're looking for it to break out through these 3 lines, showing us the strength and reversal. That's called a Fibonacci fan. If you guys want to look that up, look it up. Could have learned something new today.
The Rivian trade, you're now down at the lows of 128. I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest of my contracts here. I am out at 630. So nice little short trade there. Hopefully you guys understood why we took it. The only 2 other trades that I have remaining are AMD and NVIDIA.
One thing that I would say is it looks like we've got the VIX trading up now. We're just above 1730 on the VIX. SPY's pulling, VIX is trading up. So just keep that on watch and use that as relative strength when you're actually making some of your trades.
All right, now I want to see Moderna do this breakout, guys. It's just did the second cut through the VWAP. So now we want to see that breakout start playing into this. You guys can see here on the 1 minute above, below VWAP, above, below VWAP. It's okay to come to the line now, but you want to see it back on up there towards the 254, giving us that breakout. What could the flag be measured out here? About $8.55. So maybe look for an $8 breakout from 250. So we're talking about a move up there towards 258. Let's see if we get that breakout here.
In the Scott Marshall's asking in the chat, what's going on with LCID? Why is it tanking? LCID on just an absolutely huge run. And I think what you're seeing here is just some of the dynamics of trading, right? We had a huge violent push up, stock doubled in price. matter of a couple of weeks, and now you're just seeing it take a break. So we're going to come back in. We're going to test some of these levels. We're going to see if it holds. The EV craze is a craze right now. So I'm not willing to say that we're just going to stick a fork in it and it's done. But whenever you have a stock making outsized moves like this, you're definitely going to have to come back in and retest some of those levels. If you're looking to trade this long, you want to wait for one of those levels to hold before it reverses. If you already have it, manage your risk accordingly.
All right. So if I had extreme high conviction and I wanted to like nail this, I could add on the breakout, but I'm not going to because I'm looking for other trades because it's just going to take all my capital for the day. So I'm not trying to add on the breakout, but some momentum traders, if they go sideways through this whole period and they're watching the stock stick to the pattern, so it's sticking through the pattern, what they'll do is they'll probably put like maybe even a buy stop on the breakout point. And they put like a stop limit on it. So they're looking to add some shares if it continues to follow the pattern, right? So we expect it to kind of be in this pattern where it's kind of chopping back and forth between the VWAP, comes back below it, gives us that third high right here. We just needed to hold the VWAP here, and then it could come up back on through. So when it comes back on through, they look to nail down that last add for the momentum push, and then they're selling into the breakout versus what most people do, try to get the most of the breakout. They're selling into it. So it's just a strategy that you guys can use out there. Mitch, what period VWAP do you use? Standard VWAP. I mean, if we can look here at my plot here. So it's just a standard VWAP, moving average of 50 and 200 on there. Those are the only things that I use. I don't use an anchored VWAP. I could use it. They do have it here, but I just don't like them. I know people use them often, but until I see like the majority of brokerages have anchored VWAPs, I'm not going to really use that yet. All right, catching up with the chat. If you guys see a big stock making moves, let us know, guys. Let us know. NUE holding strong, being mentioned in the chat. Let's take a look at NUE. This is a scooter play. No, this is a steel play. That's why I love having my TC that tells me immediately exactly what it is. Let's see if NUE can start ripping. This one does look interesting. I like the setup. Multiple bottoms in this area. This one might be actually one that I go after if it pulls back to, let's say, 110s or 110.50 here. It would be interesting. I do like the multiple bottoms off those levels. You can see the daily. It's tried to get above here before, got above, came back down, gave you multiple levels to go off of here, these lows. Now let's see if this starts pushing back up there towards 120 NUE. Forward breaking down there, guys. I might actually take a put on forward right now. We know that it's been holding its daily pattern, but that to me shows weakness right now. I would want it to bounce to 20 right here, and then I would take maybe a YOLO short on it. But you guys know me in options. I suck at them. So I'm going to try to stay away. I need to get some more easily shorted, a better brokerage to short this. I would short the shares, but I'm going to stay away from the option trade. Playboy up today. That was a good one that we've been talking about for a while on here. Look at that strength on the daily pushing through now up there towards 42. This is one that we've been watching for a while on Money Mitch. Now up there almost to 45s. Playboy having a good time.
NVIDIA went ahead and tested that 157 level. So far held it. Still looking for that push above to get towards the 159s.
Man, Twitter really hurting.
All right, guys. So this would be the breakout time here for Moderna. It would break out right here. So from this point on, we don't want it to break VWAP one more time. I'll show you guys that pattern that we've been drawing out here. Let's see if it finally gets on up there through the 252 area and pushes on out. This is definitely one of those days where I feel like the SPY is just kind of on that trapeze. Yeah, it's breaking down there a little bit there. to me, I think we're just in sideways consolidation as you're getting towards the period in time where traders start looking at their overall yearly returns.
Yeah.
They're worrying about their taxes. They're figuring out, hey, can I get a little bit more? It was even affecting me, Ryan. This is the first year that I actually have like a set goal for return for the year. And I've been trying to get above that set goal multiple times. And as I get close, I notice that the pressure actually affects me as a trader. If it's affecting you guys out there, it's something to learn about and write down.
Yep, that's definitely. Emperor Bear in the chat is saying, got to avoid wash sales. If you don't know what a wash sale is, I highly advise that you look that up. You don't want to be buying the same asset, or you're not going to be able to write some of those losses off. And, some of the dynamic, this is actually something that we've talked about on the happy hour, right? There are people getting ready for tax harvesting. And you want to cut some of your losers. Some people don't necessarily want to sell their winners. The thing that worries me is that if the market really kind of turns around and you have a huge concentration in some of these stocks that have done really, really well, you're liable to see gigantic pullbacks in really, really strong names. And so it'll just be interesting to watch that. Hopefully we can capitalize on that. It's actually one of the reasons why I'm not loading up on swings and trying to just do some of these scalping plate liquor trades.
What's going on out there, traders? Yes, let's keep it going. Hood, is this a good time to buy? Let's take a look. Maybe the hood. All right, but I do want to take a second here to take a look at how many likes do we have. You guys smash the like. We got over 612 people watching. I know that you guys are sneaking your iPads underneath your desk, but do me the favor, smash that thumbs up. We only have 134 likes. If you guys want me sticking around and staying at least some overtime. I know that we have, I think, all the way until Benzinga Live today. So that would be until 11 something today. If you guys want me to stick around, we need 400 likes. So smash it up. Support us as we're absolutely free and doing this, guys. All right, Christian, how's the iSun life?
I sold out.
Sold out. There's a bottom definitely around 832. Anything else out there?
Not really, honestly. See, VXRT.
Slower day, right? Today.
It is a slower day for sure.
Yeah. The volume on VXRT is only 1.8 million, but the average volume is 3.5. So for me, it's kind of a no-go. The only trade really that looks good is going to be just based on the numbers is VOSO. Oh no, I'm sorry, ISUN. But we just need some kind of, after that massive. So as a rule, you tend not to trade stocks that gap up and pull back more than 50%. Tend to be, just dead. But just really waiting, because there's an island bottom on the 5-minute chart. It only takes one push really, where it gets momentum, and then all these sell orders, pretty much as the market has opened, has been sold. Then we have some sell off around that. What level is this? Let me see. Around 830. So we're gonna have some people starting to cover when the first 5-minute candle makes a new high around 853 and actually holds. All we have right now is a doji bottom, and then we have two red candle false breakdowns with the reds. And we're trying to see that, first 5-minute candle make a new high and hopefully a push up to $9. And then we'll get some squeezes from the people that are trying to short this. It's already down. I mean, if you're shorting this, your goal, I wouldn't understand why you're holding it. You're already at the 200 EMA. You already shorted the whole gap up. I don't see the stock going really any lower. But I could be wrong,
All right, I'm going to jump in here to call out one that's in the chat being called out, LGVN. Yep. Look at this chart. Nice looking pattern pre-market, scooped on up there, came back towards VWAP multiple times. You saw that support of 450 holds. Now it's looking like it wants to get through 5. Just got through there once, 519s. Maybe look for a hold of 484. Let's see if this resistance holds here for pullbacks, and then gets on right back up there through the 520s. Let's take a look at the daily chart, see if we're seeing any levels for this LGVN. For me, it would stand out 6 right off the back. I could see it up here towards 570s, 6 price point, whole dollar price point. Let's see if it gets on up there today. This is definitely one that's being watched. Has 54 million shares traded, and this stock doesn't trade like that ever. I mean, look
Amazon,
back.
big pop. Nice shout out there.
Amazon, that was one that I was talking about. That's a sneaky one that people are not going to realize it until it's already gone. And then next thing you know, you'll be like, oh man, I should have had me some Amazon.
The amount of winners that were shouted out in today's session for being as slow as it is unbelievably impressive. Our like rate today has been amazing.
You know what that shows?
All those. Brian, props to you on LGVN. You were on that earlier. We also had EGLY that went. PJ mentioning that there is a Loop Capital target on Playboy. Playboy has been moving. 13 was on Playboy for a couple of days. James is hitting them. I mean, this is amazing. We're doing it, folks. We're doing it.
Yeah, no, definitely. This is what it's all about. Trying to stick with the rotation, right? Rotation. There's always going to be rotations. There's going to be stocks that are weak, stocks that are strong. Look for that rotation. If you can find it, you can get into an area where you can, have multiple stocks on your watch list that are doing well. Let's go ahead and see what happens with the SPY here. Now, one thing I will point out is HUT finally cracked through that 13th and got a hard bounce there. You see that volume right there? I think that was someone buying up this 13 crack, and that's why you see that spike right back on up. We'll see if Mara gets the same look to see if it's maybe a reversal in all the Bitcoin stocks. I'm going to keep these on watch because I have a feeling eventually I'm going to end up buying these Bitcoin stocks and playing them to the upside. I'll keep them on watch and we'll see what happens.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Bitcoin in general next week. The Thanksgiving week has always been kind of wild for Bitcoin, and I'm not sure what direction it's going to go, despite being biased to the bullish side, but it's definitely going to be interesting to watch. And Mitch, to your point, you may get excellent opportunities in some of those Bitcoin names during next week. So
look how this Ford short would have been. I remember when I did this first crackdown, I said I'd short 20s. Look how it came right to that 20, rejected it multiple times, now cracking back down. Be careful with Ford, guys. If you guys are in that one, I think it's starting to crack down. I think why? It's because of the other EVs, Lucid cracking down, Rivian cracking down. So you're seeing the EV wave kind of go away right now. GeoEV cracking down. Where's the other favorite? GGPI cracking down. You guys see, it's if you stick with the relationships, sometimes
cracking.
You can catch these relationships, and maybe you weren't going short them, but at least the relationship could save you some money.
Check out PROG, Mitch. Pull PROG up real quick.
Yeah, PROG is cracked.
Yep, totally.
Cracked. I set an alert today at $5. I said I wasn't even going to take a look at this if it didn't crack 5. SPI cracking down too. Glad I sold that one and got rid of that one. Right now, the only thing I got is Moderna, guys.
ISUN has that island bottom on the 5-minute chart. I'm assuming later in the day or later on, we're definitely going to see a push in price. Who knows? It may get rejected by the 9 EMA, which is going to be around 860. If it breaks that, it could run up to $9. You see it happen all the time. So, yeah. But that's an island bottom, which is bullish for, first 5-minute candle to make a new high over 850. Or a break below 830 will send it pretty much ended, I think.
A lot of weak stocks today. Disney looking weak. Look at Disney, guys. Look at that. Not a good looking chart. Got to be careful with catching falling knives right now in this market environment. I would say look for trending stocks. Don't try to catch those knives right now. Those knives can really come back to haunt you. I'll show you a knife that haunted me this week. Still haunting me, my body. It's not like it doesn't happen to me too, guys. But it's more along you got to know what's out there and what type of environment you're in. Right now, it's not probably the time to be calling these bottoms on charts. It's probably time to be trading with trending stocks. All right, I do got a stock that I don't know why, but it's up 99%, but it looks like a buyout. That's probably what it is. Oh no, it's a 2-to-1. I think it's a stock split. I don't know why it's reading up 99%, but
Yeah, it might be like a reverse split.
yeah, it's one of those kind of things where like the system doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Playboy going back there to the 5-minute support right there at the VWAP, but not really holding strong there. We'll see what happens with that one. Lee, that one pushing on up there a little bit. SIG is a jewelry store. It's pushing on up there today. You guys can keep your eyes on that. BBBWI, so Bath and Body Works, not having a bad day. GES, Guess. So Peril showing up on here multiple times. JWN showing up on there. Is DDS ever going to crack? The one stock that makes me scratch my head every single day. I just don't understand it. No one shops at Dillard's. At least maybe not anybody but their grandmas. But we'll see what happens with DDS. I need to just draw a trend line, and the day that this thing breaks that trend line, you guys are going to see me pull a Michael Burry on this thing.
Oh no.
I'm gonna put the house on it, Ryan.
Well, just
I'll put the mortgage on it.
Be careful. SPY's pulling. VIX is trading up here. Things can get nasty in a hurry. So just
VOSO
be
is
careful
starting
with
to move.
whatever you're doing. Say again.
VOSO is starting to move.
Look at that hut crash. Mara crashing too. VOSO, I got you. I'll pull it up here. You can keep doing your trade, man. I'll pull it up here. It did a nice looking flag pattern there.
Sure did.
So look at that nice little bottoming action. And so you see how it keeps wicking at the top, showing you that there was some selling pressure, and then it got through the selling pressure. That's why you see this high wick and then a strong body after that. That shows you that after that breakout and some people sold into that move, it got rebought up here at this 1220, now up there towards 1280s, looking strong. You can also see how you got some change here in the chalk and money flow. If you look at the hourly, you can see here a downtrend in that money flow. And then you see how it starts spiking in pre-market, showing us that there's some bullish volume still in this. And now it's starting to push on up there. ADX also pushing on up, not showing that bad. RSI at 76, but VOSO, not a bad trade there.
It's a blue sky setup as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why is it blue skies, guys? Because there's nothing there.
One of my favorites. All right, I'm actually going to jump off a little early. It's a little slow for the stuff that I'm watching. I got
blue skies.
Good luck on the rest of your trades, Christian. Thanks for joining us.
I might have to listen to some Pink Floyd today, guys. It's just one of those days.
Well, you got nice background color for that in your spot there. All right, smash that like. We're gonna be back at this tomorrow again, right?
Yep, like we always do. You know, one of the things is it's one of those days where even Zunaid is just falling asleep here. You know, so I can't blame him. I feel it too.
I've got one YOLO though.
You know what today is? It's one of those days where you're just like, man, you are rocking me to sleep, bro. This trading day is just putting us to sleep, man.
Before you continue, I'm going to go ahead and call out one trade.
Let's do it.
Got Amazon. So, let me call out a couple of things real quick. Zoltan pointed out a really great thing. We had exclusive breaking news on this stock here, LGVN, earlier. You can see the pop from about, what was it, $3, $3.50 or so. And now it's all the way at $5.50. So this is why you got to get that exclusive breaking news that only Benzinga Pro users get. You can see a tested VWAP that is now continuing higher. But the trade that I wanted to quickly call out is going to be a YOLO on the Amazon. I'm going to go ahead and grab the $3,700 calls. Paid about $5. Keep in mind, this is going to be an easy way to lose 50%. If it goes ahead and breaks VWAP, which is approximately close to the 35.90, if it breaks 35.90, these contracts will be down over 50%. So please, 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 please do not take this trade with any type of size if it's not something that you're comfortable with. Why am I taking it? Because I'm hoping that it goes ahead and chugs along to $3,700 by the end of day tomorrow. No clue it'll happen or not, which is why I'm taking a YOLO size on Amazon. $3,700 call is currently trading at $375, so you get a little bit cheaper than I did. Again, break of 35.90. You should go ahead and get out because that's where VWAP is. But that's all I got, man. I'll see you guys next time.
No worries. Appreciate you coming by, man.
See you.
All right, let's go ahead.
VOSO is making moves right now.
Yeah, it is. It is that it is for sure.
That break of so I got in at 12.68, sold at 12.79.
There you go.
Which it is what it is.
You're playing with it. You're playing with it. Can't blame you.
Trying to see. I mean, you're seeing that fast buy up. I mean, this could ABCD pattern on the 1 minute chart, also on the 5 minute chart. That break above 12.96, I think, will send to, especially a day like today where nothing is going on, except for LGVN, which just broke 637 in a halt.
Yeah, that LGVN has been a big pusher too. So if you guys got that one,
there we go with the OSO. See that break, all-time high. So here we go.
There you go. At least we're finding some stocks, man. At least we got the momentum man in the house, my man Christian, staying with the momentum.
Let's wait to see a pullback. Obviously, this is a huge run.
All right, so on the chart where you guys are seeing VOSO, and yes, in the chat, a lot of people trading also that VGN is now halted. We'll keep VOSO. Christian, keep doing your thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for that pullback. So we have a topping green followed by we have a topping green candle on the 1 minute, a topping green candle on the 5 minute, followed by a red 1 minute candle. So a topping tail green on a 5 or a 1 followed by a red is a sign of a reversal. Or you have that huge push up to 13. In this case, I'm not really sure. We have that break of 13 kind of struggling there. People are selling out. Trying to do a dip buy on this. I'm just waiting to see when that point's actually going to be, because if it goes all the way back down, if it breaks above 356, it'll try to run to 1350. It'll try to break 1356, then 1375, then 14. Also have to pay attention to LGVN being in a halt. We have a bottoming wick candle. So we have that on the 1 minute chart, which means, okay, all right. So maybe we're going to have a bull flag here, or maybe it'll die. I'm not sure. So we have 1 minute pullback, 2 minute pullback. Is that going to break? Huge sell. We have that. Okay, let's see if it breaks 1310, which is a no, did not. So we have that fast buyback. LGVN. Let's see the squeeze. I think we're going to see the squeeze. So choppy right now. My goodness. Boom. Here's the squeeze. Boom. There you go.
All right. We'll let you know. I'm keeping an eye on it for you on that iSun. It is looking like a little inverted hammer on the 5 minute. Just want to keep that one on watch for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Got you, man.
But yeah, definitely. There's that break there we're waiting for.
Yeah, that was a monster one. All right. So I'll put up now I'm going to put up that LGVN so we could watch that come out of the halt. So let's see if we can get that to come out of the halt here. Looks like we've had about 4 minutes right now. I'll throw up my screen for a second. Christian, you can focus, maybe nail another one. I'm going to be looking at this one to see if it rips through 650s here out the gates. We talked about how when it pushed on up here at the 5, we wanted to see it hold 483, the prior resistance. That's exactly where it held. It went sideways there and then pushed on up right up to the next halt. Up there, I said $6 would be that next area that I would be looking for. It went through that $6, now up there to 637. Where's the next level? Let's take a look at the weekly, where we can get it to kind of find some resistance that wants to hold here. It looks like 770 is the next level. So you do have some space there. Hourly chart showing a big push on up there. We'll see how this one can continue moving. Just want to point out Ford still dropping there. Let's take a look at some of these other trades, see if anything's going to get into the green for the day. It looks like things are really actually starting to come down worse conditions. So real estate down 0.4, technology down almost a whole percent. Consumer cyclical past a whole percent. from the open, and energy down over 1% from the open. So definitely getting some choppy areas. So be careful out there. If your stocks are not trending, take a look at the SPY. Remember what I talked about, guys. I was looking for it to stay in that chop zone. Look how it's trying to stay in that chop zone. I think we're in this sideways consolidation period for the SPY. We'll see what happens and what continues to move here.
Look at VOSO still is making new high. There we go. Break LGVN coming
There
out of the
you
hole.
go. LGVN. Let's get that one to back up.
LGVN running
There
like
you
crazy.
go. 684s. Now it looks like it could pull back here. Of course, this is the first halt, right? Yeah, that's the first halt today. So
boom, 734. There you go.
Boom, up there to 734s. Could get up there to 770s. We talked about that being the next level of resistance. We'll see if it can get on up there. 720s showing up right now. Definitely swinging around. So be careful on this one, guys. We're talking about a fast mover here.
The only thing I don't like about LGVN is that it started under $5 today. I won't trade it. That's the only
money.
You have to be that way. You can't be like, oh my gosh, it's moving. If you chase everything that's moving, if you don't have a plan, stick to your plan. You're going to miss some trades sometimes, but it kind of is the way it is, isn't it? Like you want to be consistent.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You can't be consistent.
LGVN only 2 million float. So just definitely be careful out there. Paul pointing that out. Yeah, with a 2 million float, you got to be careful there.
So on the 5-minute chart, this is a perfect example of VOSO where you have obviously there's some momentum, right? But you have that 5-minute, that 3 5-minute candles in a row. You have that confirmation on that last 5-minute candle of it being a breakout with the increase in volume. But then you have a high of 1460 with that. There you go with LGVN again. You have that high of 1460, but then you have that topping wick red candle, that hammering down. So what am I looking for now? I'm looking for what's going to happen at 1350. What's going to happen at what's going to happen at 1350. That's pretty much where the 9 EMA is. Fell. What's going to happen at the VWAP? So right now, the VWAP is about 12.96 on the 1 minute, and it's about $13 on the 5-minute chart. Does this have higher to go? I don't know. It is an open sky setup. It could be ABCD pattern. The A to B being that move up to 1470, that B to C figuring out right now could be that break, or it could be that 1320 level. Let's see if it's obviously it could be a bump and run as well though. So we have a gap up. Be wary of this gap up here, right? So we have that gap up of the bump and run, and we're essentially like, okay, you have this ascending support here. So if I was looking to possibly buy this, I want to see what it does in terms of, is it going to go back down to 1320? You know, this small green candle here. These are two huge red candlesticks. And mind you, I'm looking at the 5-minute and 1 minute at the same time. LGVN though is running like crazy. So we have on the 1 minute chart, it looks like we have a bear flag forming, unfortunately. Could be wrong, could just push up again. That's the thing about open sky setup. You just really don't know. But from what it's looking right now, it's looking like let's wait, 1350 being the $0.50. Rejection at 1345. So a rejection of 1350 can send down to 1325. Depending on 1325, can send back down to 13. And keep in mind as well, LGVO is running right now. So when you're trading momentum stocks, we have a shift in momentum, which if you're paying attention to your scanners, you'll notice the stocks that are running the most, you'll have, LGVO is starting to gap down now. What's going to happen to VOSO? Things shift focus all the time. We have a bottoming tail on the 1 minute, kind of a double bottom-ish around 1320 level, but then we have that huge push. So I'm just waiting for that ascending support line is essentially, according to like charts, the goal of a short seller is to break that level or to sell at that level. But we also have the VWAP right at almost at the whole dollar. Ooh, there we go. Look at that push down. Push down, but double bottom though right there at 13. I am not in this trade right now. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen at that $13 level. I will go ahead and put an order for 200 shares at the bid +1. Have not put that through yet. Waiting to see what's going on here. Still not in the order yet. Broke that ascending, or that broke the $13 level. See how it hit that level exactly and bounced on that line, the ascending support. Almost to the T, almost to the dollar. It bounced on that ascending support line. Or almost to the penny, whatever.
Catching up with the chat. What's going on out there, guys? Yes. I'm going to have to listen to some Money from Pink Floyd later. Go ahead and jam out. You guys smash the like button if you guys are enjoying this. Andrew talking about Playboy. I think Emperor is also talking about that one in the chat. So definitely keep your eyes on that. Not a bad looking chart there, but definitely a day where we're not seeing the biggest strength here. SPY showing some weakness there, pushing on down there towards 466.50s. Looks like we're stuck in that consolidation. Lucid still breaking down there, guys. Still breaking down the EV trade. FSR breaking down a little bit there. Forward down towards 1975s. We'll see if that one breaks. HUT is all the way down towards 1250. So that Mara trade is not looking good. It's still looking on the downside right now. We'll see when that one can turn around. One that I've been looking to keep coming down towards 50. This is one that I gave out before the earnings gap down, which was Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat starting to come down there towards 77. I think this one eventually comes down to 50s. I know that people don't like shorts, but I mean, you got to be able to make some money when you see the downside action. XL broken too. Yeah, that's coming down there, guys. Be careful with that. Let's take a good look at DM. This one also looking like it's turning back around, could crack down. Just be careful out there. I'm seeing a lot of turnarounds on long-term charts. And when you're seeing the whole sector area, you see this red? This is not good looking thing for the overall market. If you're trading one name, that your name could still be in the green, but for right now the overall market is looking really weak today, guys. Not looking strong at all.
I agree. Today is not necessarily a trade day where things are going to be popping off for sure. I do want to point out though, we have a beginning of a head and shoulders on that reversal, or on that bump and run of the VOSO. On the 1 minute, it's like the shoulder, head, shoulder, first 1 minute candle to make a new high, 13.15. Bounce off of the VWAP, so relatively strong. I'm going to enter in now. Order not filled. Great.
It happens, man. Don't stress it.
No, I'm not. It's just sometimes these orders.
It's just the level. It's just the level. We'll see if you get that fill. Long SDS, says PJ Shannon. Understatement, says Jonathan. Yeah, it's one of those days, guys. These are one of those days where I should probably just throw up some background music. I might actually throw up some background music right now. We need some type of background music, right? What do you guys think? Let's find some lo-fi.
It would have been amazing to get that fill. Sometimes you just don't get it though, do you? Dang.
All right, I'm going to throw up some lo-fi here for us, guys. You guys let us know if the music is too loud. We'll bring the volume down if we need to. But I just want to give us a little something to kind of chill on. Oh, it's probably not picking it up right now. I need to fix it here. Let me share my screen here.
Where is VOSO in relation to the overall gap scanner? VOSO is number 3 on the overall gap scanner. So this is definitely something you want to watch. Break up to 1350 perhaps. Are we going to see the move? kind of hilarious. None of my orders have filled.
Watching that VOSO.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my order filled, man.
Remember the low float also. So the float's rotating like crazy right now. And if you look at the volume, it's actually pretty low. It's only like 26,000.
There's the push.
When we're seeing these big movers, a lot of the times when we do see these big movers, we get more volume than this. We get like usually 30 million shares traded or something like that. So you just be careful out there.
The thing you're going into now, though, is look at the LGVN trying to halt again. I think the danger of VOSO is that $13 could be that $13 essentially is the all-time high. It's also at the VWAP, so it's a really good support level if you were going to risk that $13. It's also 42 cents, and it's not really moving a lot. It could just gap down on you. The first 5-minute candle to make a new high isn't really that high. It's like a first 5-minute candle to make a new low high. But then you have LGVN. I think as LGVN starts to fade off, you may have that. You may have attention shift to VOSO. But today's just one of those days. It's like, all right.
Like Doc said, you're listening to the smooth sounds of Low Float Fridays.
Isn't it Thursday though?
Yeah, I know. That's why I laughed, because this guy's already on the weekend. My man Doc he wants to head out to the club already.
Seeing a bull flag, a 2-minute pullback on the 1-minute chart. Let's see if it bounces at the EMA, the 9 EMA, which is about 13.28, 13.25, that $0.25. You also have a topping green on the 5-minute chart though. But this definitely looks like an ABCD pattern.
Looking for trades, man, but these are one of those days where it's just kind of slow treading. My Moderna trade is just super slow. Like I'm down like
that one.
Less than 0.2%. So I'm just literally just hanging out, man. That's why I like the higher price names one, because they get me so less stressed out. Like I'm just like literally just like, because you have less share size, so you need a bigger move, right, to make your money. So a lot of times when you get your entry, you don't even feel that emotional attachment. Like definitely. if I lose on this trade today, what am I gonna lose? Not much, guys, not much, maybe 2%. And if I win, then this could easily become a 10 to 15% winner. And so that's what it's always about. I always say stick into the probabilities. The game is probability. From that point on, it's just going to be a matter of how you control your capital and when you press the gas and when you press the brake. We had a trader on yesterday that talked about this, and I always talk about this. You got to know when the river is flowing and when the river is drying up. For right now, I think the SPY is starting to dry up for us. Why? Because you're getting sideways action move versus what we saw in this move, right? When we were seeing this kind of uptrend, all stocks were like easy buys almost when we were seeing that uptrend. But when you're seeing the SPY go sideways is when you're going to start seeing these longs that were like, just breaking out, starting to be a little bit choppy. You run into a chop zone. So being mentioned in the chat was someone talked about, is this a good time to start looking to shop longs? And I would think, yes, that would normally be the case when you're getting pullbacks, but you always have to take a look at the overall market. What are you seeing is going to happen? If you were seeing a breakout trend or a breakdown trend, maybe that could happen. But I just see sideways consolidation here. So I would wait for the SPY to keep coming down towards the support and maybe wait for a 465 day. If it's down towards 465, 463s, that would be maybe the day that you can take it off the SPY low, not looking for the SPY to break down and looking for it to recover back up there towards 470, and then you'd get the breakout. That's how you could use kind of the overall market to judge your longs and waiting on pullbacks of the SPY, getting to support, then taking your attacks. For right now, it looks like it's coming back to the support here, and what you're seeing, the time frame here is a daily chart. what time frame is on that SPY chart. That's a daily. Just zoom in from about the November 5th period to right now, and you'll see kind of what I'm talking about.
Check out.
Want to get back to VOSO, or what do you want to look at?
No, that's a good call. What you just mentioned. VOSO, I'm just not so.
That's a.
No, I'm not sure. I was gonna say LGVN.
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
If you look on the daily chart, you'll notice at 780, and then around, where is this? 668, 780, and then around $840. You have all those resistance levels.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really seem to be.
Is there a seller lined up at 750? I don't know if you had
725. You have an 18,000 share seller.
There you go. That's why you see those wicks. So every time it's going through him, right, he's selling some of his piece. And so what happens is you don't have enough on the bid volume on the supply side to actually get it on up there, the demand side, the bid side, to get it through that level that he's selling up there. So he's throwing up supply up there, and the demand isn't big enough to go through that supply yet. You're looking for that swing. And this is what I talk about. Sometimes you'll see on the level 2, like 100 stacked up, and then you'll see all of a sudden it go 100, 80, 50, 20, 30. That's the demand breaking through that level, the wall of sellers. So we'll see what happens today.
We also have ISUN starting to break that 1350 level. It's just you don't want to get caught in a gap down, or I'm sorry, VOSO.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. On VOSO, it starts getting a little bit hairy here. One of the things is a low float stock can just continue rotating, right? And so you're talking only about 2 million shares, but really it's not a lot of volume in this one. So it's a hard trade. I do like the pattern though, I think Christian and I would agree that the pattern looks good, but the question is, can you get in? So this is one of those where, let's say maybe having a direct ordering route, if you know routing, can really give you some advantage here.
I even have direct order routing, and I did not get filled.
So perfect example, Christian talking about it. If he's not being able to get filled on the direct routing, let alone anybody that's using, like, let's say a brokerage that has an algorithm routing, a lot of the times you're probably not going to get the fills. So this is one thing to know in day trading, right, Christian? Like, you need to be able to get out of trades, right? Sometimes you'll notice that a brokerage is slow on your orders. If your brokerage is slow on your orders, maybe that's okay to be a swing trader or an investor in that brokerage, but maybe it's not a strength towards the day traders. This is why I always say, look at your brokerage, ask yourself, do they give me some strengths? Do they give me some advantages? That's what you need from your brokerage.
No, it's true. Definitely. You have so with Lightspeed and different brokerages like that, you have the direct access. With Thinkorswim, I've noticed, because I use Thinkorswim for options and things like that, it's slow.
Yeah. You're waiting for fills sometimes, right, Christian?
Yeah.
And
but
yet
right
no
now,
one likes waiting for fills, especially when you're like putting it out on that price, right? Like
Totally.
It's not like you're putting it out like 10 cents away. You're like, oh, if it comes to my fill. But a lot of times when we want a price in day trading, we want that price. We want to take that price itself. So that's why you always got to know how to have the advantages.
It's true. And I think with the thing you have going with LGVN is that it has news. And it's forming that pendant shape. Mm-hmm. So you have that gap up and then a pendant with the triangle there.
Yep.
On the 1 minute and the 5 minute. So it could, I mean, honestly, this could halt up again, go up 775. It hit 775 or 770 almost. There you go.
You know what is funny is that I drew out that 770 before it hit it, right?
Fall down.
I talked about that potentially being a level. That's why you got to use, I like whenever I can't find a level or I just want to look for a level, I go back to the weekly, not the daily, because the daily is going to give me multiple levels to go off of. Yes, that could be the very next level, but I like to call out maybe the weekly level, which is a major resistance because it's multiple days that probably hit that level. And I'm looking for that to hold. 770 was the case here. $6 was the earlier one. And now you're seeing 686 hold multiple times here. Let's see if we get this rip through 770 here.
Filled at 733.
All right. What's your out on the downside, man?
It's going to be that 733. It's going to be that 720.
Okay.
Here's the push. Here's the push. Here's the push. Sold it. Sold it.
There you go. Starting to push. Ooh, that 770 showed up real quick. See if we get the next push here.
Boom. Check it out. Another winner.
Nailing it, man. That's what I like to hear.
Thing is, day trading is stressful as heck, dude.
Yeah, that it is, guys.
Oh, look at this break at 775. It's getting. The thing is, you can get in right now, 775. Looking at the level 2 data, we have 7. So I'm looking at like 500 things at once. So at 750, we have some bids. Oh, here we go. Here's the break.
Look at the tick chart, guys. Tick chart.
760. So we have 756, 400. So one thing I'm looking at really closely is the level 2 data, because if you see that break of 775, boom, here it comes.
I'm sorry for showing you guys this. This is tick data. I'm showing you guys how fast this trade really moves, guys. Tick by tick here. We'll see what happens if it starts moving. I'll get out of the tick chart for you so you don't blow your mind away watching that. But as you guys can see, that's how fast. If you ever heard of what a tick chart is, that's exactly what you saw there.
Bam, there we go. Out.
Boom.
See that run?
Oh, yeah. You know what I call that? I call that a money drop. I can't do it on you right now, Christian, but I'll do it to myself. I'll pay myself from you. You're paying me, Christian.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
So I was down on that one trade. So I have a max loss of $250, right, a day.
Mm-hmm.
Still down 59 for the day.
Battling.
It's not bad. I mean, honestly though, it's not bad, dude. I had a $400 day yesterday. Taking small size. I'm not going crazy. I love to buy in at a smaller size, especially with day trading or momentum trading. I love to buy in with like 100, 200 shares. My strategy is I use 1/4 of my account value or a little bit lower. But on this kind of trade, right, this is a pretty high risk trade for LGVN. But I am seeing, like, if you look on, let's see where the actual level is with on the daily. I love using the daily. So look at this. We have 845 up here. So something I keep in mind is when a stock goes to the $0.50 whole dollar, my strategy has been buy at the $0.50, buy at the whole dollar, add on the $0.25. So add on 825, 875. If something like this, if I think it's going to run, I'm going to buy 100 shares now. If it drops down to 775, which happens to be a support as well, I might add another 100 and then sell at 750. So essentially I have 200. My strategy, I'm minimizing my loss because I'm bringing down my cost value. When I buy $8, I'm like, oh crap, it's not going to break. Buy at 775, another 100 shares, 200 shares. My first initial order, yeah, that's only $1,400. So it's actually not my first, but yeah. And then at 750, I can either decide, all right, I'm going to get out. But in this case, 775, we have that topping. We have that 3 green candles in a row. So something you want to pay attention to in momentum trading is if you have 5 green candles in a row or 3 or 4 green candles in a row on the 1 minute or the 5 minute chart. And especially you want to pay attention to topping green candles followed by red candles. If the candle is on the 1 minute chart, if the high of day is a red candle, that's a sign of a reversal. And then it could push back up and break that, but you're kind of looking into all those different levels. And all these strategies follow the exact same if you're trading large cap stocks, higher price stocks. Right now, you essentially have the ABCD pattern, which happens all the time with every stock. Earlier today, we looked at which one would you look at? ISUN, and it had the inverse head and shoulders, but it just didn't work out. It doesn't always work out. And you can calculate your breaks from the bottom of that middle head to the top of that first shoulder, and then you put that on top of the neckline, and that would be your break off. But check out how LGVN on the 1 minute chart, we have that topping red, and then we have kind of starting to break down there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it gaps down to 775. If it gaps down 775, and we have the first 5 minute candle to make a new high, which would be above 825, you're going to see this thing run to 850, probably 875. But right now, this is not a position that I'm going to enter in. I need to wait for a pullback or some kind of something. Let's see if we can get green on the day minus my commissions. That's the one thing you pay for if you have direct routing. You're going to pay commissions. Is it worth it? Sometimes. Depends on what you're trading.
Exactly. It also depends on how your commissions are calculated. Is it per order, per share?
Per order, dude. Oh my gosh, per share is horrible.
Right? So, I mean, it's out there. It's out there.
Look at that gap down. Irrational sell-off on LGVN. Look at that gap down. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and buy 200 shares. Why? Because it probably won't get filled, which is kind of dumb. But I will try to get filled at least.
Yeah, this is just such a low
Filled
trading stock.
Kind of filled. Not really. Gosh dang it. Irrational self bought at 705, bought the dip. 707, 709. What are we doing here? 708, 710, 707. And break $7. Remember, $half whole dollar. 707. Come on, guys. And I am going to, let's see what goes on here. I have kind of nerves of steel, to be honest. Let's see. It's trying to break that level. Is it going to run up to 7? Can I get a push to 725? Selling at the bid -1. And I'm going to 705, 76, 708, 708. Nope, I'm out. 705. Sold flat. The reason why I sold flat is because that 1 minute candle, that green is a sign of a bear flag. So sold flat, bought at 705, sold at 705. Also bought a minute candle, sold too early. Great. There you go. 710.
All right, guys. My Moderna is down a total of 0.05%. 0.05%. You know, just pretty much just hanging out, not doing much. So you guys definitely smash the like button. I appreciate you liking the music. Yes, I tried to bring us some little music, get us a little, kumbaya feeling in here. We're relaxing, taking it easy today. It's not the craziest day. One of the times that we can definitely talk about some other types of strategies or stocks you guys want to talk about. Looks like Doc is talking about, he felt it is totally Friday. I can't blame you, man. I mean, I don't think Christian and I would complain if it was Friday. So
have you ever talked about on the show when, the same strategy of if you buy at the $half whole dollar, and then wait for the $quarter. So $8 run at 825, 825, 850, 850, 875, and so on, right? If you notice the different brokerages that opened at the same time, so you'll have 7 a.m., you'll have 7:30, and then you'll have 8:39. All of these half and whole hours, you'll see massive spikes in volume and volatility. So you tend to have, if you're momentum trading or if you're trading in the pre-market at all, you tend to kind of want to stay away. For example, 9 a.m. is when breaking news will come out, so the scanners can change. So it's kind of being aware of that as well, which is a good tip for if you're trading and you're just like, all right, I'm looking at a stock, it's 8:59. You might want to not buy it until 9:02, 9:03. Does that make sense?
Definitely. No, and the whole dollars and half dollars are not just something that you see kind of just be something that's talked about, but you'll actually see traders focus on it. It's something that's psychological. There's nothing that is actually technical about whole dollars. It's just our minds, right? We like those 0 zeros, and we can get up to that next level. And then you see that 50 cents, the quarters. And this is just how you start taking, what it is also? It plays into risk management. Because one of the things is these traders are looking at this by like that fourth, so half, a whole point. So they're looking at it in percentages also. They're calculating that. I mean, I think the whole dollar thing works, but also it just depends on the stock, right? It depends on the momentum of that stock. How far is it pushing? And it's one of those things that I feel like it's it's one of those rules where it's like 50-50 sometimes. I haven't found it to be the best thing, Christian, but I mean, if it works for you, that's what trading's about. It's that it could not work for me and it could still work for Christian. So, that's what really trading's about. There's nothing here that's 100%. I think that's what a lot of the educators out there that teach about stock market, they don't talk enough. What do? They say, oh yeah, I know everything. I know how to trade. I can tell you exactly how to trade and what's going to be the moves here, guys. But to tell you the truth, no one knows 100% in this market, because the market always changes. Strategies change. Investors' mindsets change, right? We've been seeing the YOLO mindset. We've been seeing the meme stocks. We've been seeing NFTs. These are completely different styles of traders. And really, majority is going to rule here. And if majority is thinking a different way, patterns can change, data can change. And that's why I always say there's not one way of trading. There's many different ways, but what you need to do is work your system and find how you can make it profitable. So that's judging. Maybe it's indicators. Maybe it's, I want to use some story in my trading. Maybe I want to use some fundamentals. It doesn't always have to be just technicals. But of course, there is the technical traders out there. But what I like to do is combine a couple variables. So if you guys ever hear me saying that I know everything, please give me a good old whack across the face, because I don't know everything, and neither does anybody out there, even the biggest and top money managers in the world. If you really ask them the question, they're going to tell you nothing's 100%. So it's all about learning to use that risk management, finding what works for you, and a system that can be repeated.
Totally. Yeah, man. Today's market is not the best for anybody. But something that's really helped me is learning patterns for large cap stocks, like a cup and handle or anything like that, because the more you know, the better off you are. So that's where I referred to like the bump and run reversals, where there's a gap up and then, with the ascending support, or being able to see an inverse head and shoulders, or being able to see like whatever pattern you're looking for, or continuation of a gap. We have VOSO running a bit. If it breaks 1455, are we in freedom land? VOSO. Look at that.
Let's take a look here. It held well, right? I mean,
yeah, it held.
That first VWAP bounce that you tried to attack there, that 13, that was as good as it gets, right, guys? And one of the things is, you even talked about it, how it went straight to the spot. So the low here is 1287. The VWAP was right there at 1290.
Broke it. Starting to run. But something you want to pay attention to: 4 or 5 minute candles in a row, and then you have like 500 1 minute candles in a row with a break above the double top.
Strong little breakout there. VOSO.
Notice how it's happening when LGVN is falling.
Could that be the algos picking that up, Christian? Maybe. I mean, these are the top stocks people are watching. If you're going to shift focus, you're going to want to trade what's moving, aren't you? So It's kind of like, all right, let's see. You have a little pullback here, but we have that all the way. So essentially, you have a fall perhaps all the way to 575 with LGVN. So LGVN is just on a lot of people's, they're watching it, but they're probably not trading unless you're shorting it. All right, guys, it's getting towards 10:55. We got over 500 people in here. Definitely smash the like if you guys are enjoying us sticking around. We could head out of here, but we're sticking around trading. So definitely smash the like. Looks like I got somebody jumping in the back. Do they want to come back? Here, guys, I'll give you guys a little wake up here.
Yo,
what's up, my friend?
Yo, somebody tell me they took Amazon. Somebody tell me you took the Amazon Lotto. You're up 100%. I'm being greedy. I'm not selling. I want to see 36.90 by the end of day tomorrow. Hopefully we get it. Oh, I'm full screen on this. Somebody tell me they took Amazon $3,700 calls on the break of that 3,600. Hopefully you guys made some money on that one. You're up 100%. If you're not selling that, then I don't know what to tell you. At least take some off the table. But I just saw that I had to come back. Christian, you guys are having a lot of fun. I've been listening to you guys this whole time.
Nice.
Appreciate you coming on. Look forward to you coming on tomorrow too.
Maybe, yeah. Hopefully there's a stock to trade, honestly. Look at this, VOSO pushing up, just like we mentioned.
Yeah, there you guys have it. That Amazon. I told you guys that thing's gonna be sneaky, man. You guys might see that thing up at $4,000 at the end of the year, and then be like, "Man, why didn't I have some Amazon in my portfolio?"
Yeah, just give me 3,700 by shit. If you want, get it to me by today. That'd be great.
Anyway. I'll let them know. I got you, Zunaid. No
yeah,
worries.
Call Jeff real quick for me.
Yeah. Bezos.
How long are you gonna want to hold it for?
So it's a YOLO for this week, right? Personally, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go ahead and be greedy. I'm gonna hold it. If it gets up about 300% to today, I'll go ahead and sell it. If it doesn't, I'll go ahead and hold on to tomorrow. So I'm risking 100%. I'm risking 100%, profit taking at least 300%. So a 3-to-1 for me. Let's see if I get it though. So far strong. The market's got to participate. SPY is the only thing I feel like it's holding it back a little bit, but that relative strength is just crazy on Amazon right now.
I like the pairs trade that PJ is throwing up here. I think he's long Amazon and short the XLY. So that's another way to go about it. But definitely, you did see some people. I did see someone say they're still in Amazon and that they did take it. So hey, appreciate you coming back, Zunaid.
Absolutely. Hey, it's been a pleasure listening to you guys. See you tomorrow.
See you, man.
See you guys tomorrow.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up. We got about 4 minutes left. Christian, do you want to talk a little bit about what really got you into trading, man? Like, why did you even start trading to begin with?
To be honest, it just was, I was sitting in my room one time and I was like, man, I'm broke. I was like, how can I learn a skill that I can produce wealth anywhere in the world? You know, like what can I do? And then I just literally typed in YouTube. Trading stocks came to mind. Never thought of it before. Typed it in, like how to trade. Video came up, and that just led me on a journey of like, all right, let's figure it out. I really wanna know. And then that literally just led me to one thing after the other, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. As we continue to see VOSO pushing on up there to almost 1550s there. Definitely. I mean, what got me into trading was something that I always looked at. I mean, even when I was a kid, I was looking at I'd look at stories about Wall Street, and I was thinking it was still like rah on the floor, but it was slowly going away from that. But we made it here, and that's what it's all about. It's about the journey, getting to the trading, and then learning how to become profitable, right? I mean, everybody has this struggle. It's not like you're the only one out there. If you're feeling that you're the only one, trust me, ask the chat. It's a struggle to get into that profitability. What I always say is first try to be a survival trader. Just try to survive every day. Take some trades, put yourself in probability to get into the green. And if it does go on the red side, remember, you're first about survival. Survival is going to get you to eventually a little bit green. Once you're a little bit green, then you can start seeing, okay, so where am I making my mistakes so that I can actually be into the green, right? And so I think always focus first on survival, get that down packed, figure out how to hang out in the market, even if it's, let's say, day trading like Christian's doing here with a small amount. Maybe you're not using a lot of amount, but at least you're sticking around. How long can you make that account hold? I always hear beginning traders, they tell me, they're like, oh, I blew up my account in like a week. Well, I mean, that doesn't give you any ability to learn, right? I mean, if you only trade for a week, you're not going to be able to learn from your mistakes. You're not going to be able to learn from what you can do better, right? And so this is what we want to continue working on, guys. If you're out there working on your day trading, I always say focus on some skills to improve on, whether that's learning level 2s, whether that's learning some fundamentals, the stories. Maybe it's learning a different strategy. You always got to go ahead and put some more tools in the toolbox and keep trying to bring them out and testing them. Yeah, why are you playing music, Brad? Brad, you're the first one here, man. It's not distracting. We're just hanging out.
That's a good point. Learning one thing a day. Just learn one thing a day.
Right? Because at least you learn something, right? It's versus I need to know everything this week. If you think like that, I mean,
get overwhelmed.
Yeah, who wouldn't get overwhelmed, right? Yeah. So, hey, stay at it. I appreciate you coming on today, Christian. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you for coming on. And look, music is gone, guys. You guys don't have
Cool.
to kill me no more.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you coming on, man. If you guys don't know who Christian is, what do you do here at Benzinga, Christian?
Yeah, I work on the customer success team here at Benzinga. So I'm the guy that's going to be helping you solve all your issues with the platform, answering questions about trading. You can contact me via just the chat box on the lower right corner. I'm always here to help you.
Boom. You guys heard it first. This is the guy, you guys, when you hit that chat box, this is the guy right here. As you guys can see, my man's a trader also. We try to be here at Benzinga multi-skilled here. Not only do we have some skills, maybe customer service, some producing, we also try to be some traders, right? We're trying to learn ourselves, guys. So smash a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed live trading with today. Up next, you guys got all access. Thank you, Christian, for coming on, man.
Definitely.
All right, guys, I'm going to bring you to all access now. You guys will find Spencer. He'll teach you guys about some new stocks, guys. It's always good to learn some new stocks, so stick around. We got all access coming on up, and we'll see you next time on Live Trading with Benzinga. Please hit the like. Let me know what you want to see more of. Do you want some background music every time? Maybe that's what it is. Hit the comments after the show. We'll see you next time.